I think we all want to know how it's going adjusting to playing on the left side. I know you've said that you've done that in the past. Can you just tell us, first of all, a little bit about when's the last time you did it? How's it going so far? And my last question is, what happened with the Eagles, bro?
Yeah. All right, well, let's start off with the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles did anything wrong. I think they went for it on that fourth down. They were down 17-14. And if they score on the fourth down and make it a good throw, it makes it 21-17, and no Giants fans will be complaining. So I don't agree with that. But moving on to the left side stuff. Left side, I played a little bit of it last year, just throughout shifts with Foxy and Trubes, and if I was going out there with a right-handed shot. I played it most of my time in junior when I was with Sarnia. So a little bit of adjustment, just getting back to the angles and stuff of, receiving passes coming from the other side, so you're not, your shoulders are facing a little bit different of a way, or when you're behind the net, you're coming, you're on your backhand a little more. But it's all stuff that I don't find it's going to be too hard for me. And the more reps I get with Trubes, the better we'll get together, and I think it's going to go well.
It's a different partner than you had last year. Trubes has a different skill set. What is that like for you? And also, knowing you, I'm assuming that you welcome the challenge of more matchup minutes, which you probably get on that pair if that pair stays together. Can you just talk about that, please?
Yeah, well, obviously you guys know my relationship with Stalzy. I've talked about it before, and I love playing with Mark as well as being real close off the ice. So we've been together for a while now. I don't know how many games straight it was, but it got up there pretty good for about a year and a half almost. So I was sad to see him go, and would like to continue playing with him. But the opportunity to play with Trubes and, like you said, get better matchups. Trubes is a real good player. He moves the puck well. He could do good things in the offensive zone. I feel if I get him the puck on that side, he's going to have time and space to use that big shot of his. He defends real hard. So I anticipate it being real good as far as the matchups go for. I'm looking forward to it. I think, personally, I'm kind of tired of hearing about all the defensive woes of mine. So my main goal this year is to be the best I can defensively. I think the offense is going to take care of itself. So my first goal this year is to be real good defensively. And obviously, I think I'm going to keep up with the point production and the puck movement and the power play and all that stuff's going to come. So it's a big goal of mine this year to become real solid defensively and be relied on in situations. So the opportunity to get it right off the start is, I feel good about it.
I was just curious if you could kind of give us a little glimpse of what the conversation was like, whether it was with Quinny or whoever, when you guys first talked about making this move. Because I believe when we talked about it last, you said that you were comfortable doing it, but you hadn't really talked about it yet. And then, what is the communication been like with Jacob since then? What's important for you guys to be, talking about and working on right now?
Yeah, well, conversation goes pretty smooth with the coach. He tells me I'm moving to the left side. I say okay, and then that's all we got there. I'm not in charge on that department, but I was happy he called me and let me know that, because I think it's like I was just telling Rick, more responsibility, more it comes with more ice time, obviously, and bigger responsibility to the team and myself. So I'm happy about that. Me and Trubes have kind of just been talking about anything else you would talk with a partner. I told him I'm comfortable on the left side. He could pass me on my backhand, pass me on my forehand, make all the plays that he would make to a left-handed shot. So I'm going to be comfortable with whatever, and I got to make sure I'm doing a good job for him and vice versa. And, I watched him play last year. We didn't play together much, but I know what kind of player he is. He knows the kind of player I am, and we're just looking to have a good partnership here.
Tony, hey, what is the impact of having Jacques Martin there rather than Lindy Ruff, and what is the difference that you can tell so far in their style in communicating with the team, communicating with players one-on-one?
Well, I had a really good relationship with Lindy, and I liked him a lot. I think he understood my game, and we communicated pretty well. So, like I said last year, it was tough to see Lindy go as well, but happy for him to get the Devil's job and get back being a head boss. But Jacques pretty forward so far, which I like. He's out there talking to the players in between drills and kind of, I don't know if you guys are able to watch practice or whatever right now, but he's pretty loud. I think he's going to bring, a little bit more structure in a sense that is relied upon on him to do, with implementing his kind of play is the sense I'm getting to start off here. But, I like Lindy a lot. I think Jacques going to be a little bit different of maybe a mindset, but so far so good. It's only 3 days in, so it's tough to, tell on a personal level, but I'm looking forward to playing for him.
Hey Tony, how you doing? I guess the question is, with Hank no longer here and Igor and Georgie, the goalies, you played with both of them before, but how's the communication different with them than it had been with Hank over your career with him? And secondly, what's the locker room today like with the USA's win last night in the juniors?
Well, you know what? I had a real good relationship with Hank, and I talk to everybody in the room, as you guys know when you're around. So communication-wise, talking to anybody and being on the same page hockey-wise is not going to be a problem for myself. You might have to ask some other guys that question, but Georgie and Igor, goaltending-wise, they look unbelievable so far. So looking, I don't think goaltending will be a problem at all. These guys look really good. Igor moves the puck really good. Georgie doesn't come out as much, but I think it's part of the learning process for him as he keeps going. So hopefully, get him out of the net a little more this year. And communication-wise, I think we all know what we have to say when we're coming back for a puck, and I think just repetition is going to get us there. So not worried about the communication-wise at all. Obviously, Hank being here so long, we kind of knew what to expect from him all the time and when he came out of the net, but I think it'll pick up on the same page with these guys. As far as Canada goes, I know a couple guys were going back and forth. We got a pretty good mix of Canadians and Americans. I watched a little bit of the game last night, but I don't know many of the players, so I don't really have too much bragging rights, but USA looked good.
What is the challenge of being on your offside?
You're on your backhand a little more, and sometimes you're going to be in tougher positions in the D zone with the puck. I think defensively there's no challenge at all, if you ask me. It actually may be even a little bit easier, especially when you're taking the rush, because you can swipe the stick out a little bit more and still have the middle of the ice. But when you're behind the net, say you get a D-to-D pass, and now my shoulders are facing this way with the puck here, if it's on my forehand, and it's where you're on the other side, you could go here or here. I'm giving you my hand motions here, but that a little bit. But to me, I feel like I'm skilled enough that I'm going to be able to get over that real easily. It's just a little bit of angles and stuff, but I would say in the D zone, retrieving a puck is the only challenge, if you want to call it that. But like I said, repetition, and that's why we got 10, 12 days here to get going, and then it'll be nice tomorrow night in the scrimmage and all that kind of stuff to really get more and more reps.
You talked about being tired of hearing about your defensive shortcomings or whatever, and looking forward to getting more matchups and such. But do you wonder whether that's going to maybe impinge a little bit on your offense? Because obviously when you played with Mark, Mark stayed back all the time more or less, and you went all the time more or less, and that's going to be different now. So do you worry about putting up not as many points or anything like that?
No, I mean the points and all that stuff's going to come. I feel as if the team wants me to be on a top pair right now, a top two pair, and if I'm playing better there, the team's going to be better, right? So the points don't really matter as much. I think the offense, like I said, is going to take care of itself. If I'm playing better for the team, we're going to be better, and our main goal is to make the playoffs. So if I'm a better defenseman all around, I think the New York Rangers become better, and we're trying to make the playoffs. Last year we got a little taste, I guess you want to call it. It wasn't much for us. We're not satisfied with what happened. So I think the main goal in a shortened season, especially where we need to go off to a real good start, is how can we get to the playoffs. So Tony DeAngelo's point totals don't really matter, or anybody else. I mean, obviously, everybody wants them. We all want to get them. We're all looking for them. But if we can win games and I play real good, I think the offense is going to take care of itself. And the better I am defensively, the better we are. So I know you probably heard an answer like that 5,000 times, but it's the truth.